Hello and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. In the image we're looking at here, our focus today is to hopefully set up a line in this area. And one of these towns is going to get two or both of its initial goods that it's demanding. Go ahead and leave a comment below if you know what town we're going to be delivering to in this image. Okay, now that you've had time to comment below, we are hopefully going to fulfill the demands for Elk Grove. So here's the plan that I have come up with. We are going to take fuel from the refinery. We're going to truck it to Elk Grove, make a lot of money. From Elk Grove, we're going to pick up logs. So far, the only part of the journey we're not making money is from Elk Grove to this forest. Then from this forest, we're going to bring logs to this sawmill here. We're going to drop off logs, and then we won't get paid from the sawmill back to the fuel refinery. But notice how short the distances are that we're not getting paid, and how long the distances are that we are getting paid. So this distance all the way over here, we get paid. From this distance all the way over here, we get paid. So just this little distance, no pay. This little distance, no pay. So now what are we going to do with the planks? Another line will go from the planks. We will construct a bridge, probably as narrow as possible to save money for now. And we're going to truck that up to the tools factory. We're going to make tools, and we're going to deliver the tools to Elk Grove, which will probably also involve a few tunnels. Again, very expensive, more money. So we'll take the tools, and then we'll pick up logs again, bring them back to these planks as well, and reset the cycle. So the downside to this is it's going to require a bridge, 2 tunnels to tunnel through these mountains, and 1, 2, 3 truck stops, plus an additional road that goes and connects to this bridge down here. So for all of that, we need lots and lots of money. So let's see how much loan we're able to take out. We can take out 10 million. So we would get 5.5 million to do what we need to do. And hopefully it will be enough. Hopefully. Okay, praise be. So let's get to work. It's a good thing we had enough money to build out our infrastructure. So, yay. Bad news is we spent about 9.6 million and we can't take out any more loans. So anything after this, we'll have to pay down our loan before we can do anything else. So with the increased demand for fuel, to not take away fuel from St. Paul, we're also making a dedicated crude to make sure St. Paul gets its fuel, as well as Elk Grove. Okay, so we just bought vehicles that we had the money for. So this is the real Hail Mary of this series so far. Hopefully it all works out. Okay, so the plan is now to kind of space out the vehicles so that their first journeys are not made in vain for the majority of them. So I'm going to spread out the dispatch of these vehicles so that when they arrive at the station, there's goods for them to pick up. Okay, and we see Elk Grove accepting fuel. That's what we want. We have logs for both lines, should be. Yeah, both lines have logs waiting for them. We're gonna wait for the first of the planks to make sure we have something to send over to the tools, and then make sure Elk Grove will accept the tools. Okay, so the hope is after all the infrastructure is set up, it pays off. And it might take a while to figure out that it does. So all I can do without being able to loan out any more money is watch my account balance go up and down. Right, so what we've learned is the line is profitable. However, our loan interest is way too high to overcome the profit that we're making versus the debt. Sorry. So that means we're going to revert back to the last save, and we're going to pay off our loan, however long that takes, and before we do anything else. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to upgrade our stations and vehicles. Okay, having 3 different lines on these 3 different platforms, we can be able to see how much construction material is being made for each one. Okay, so now we're balancing our rate back to 96. So when we upgrade our vehicles, we're getting more rate, which means we can sell off our slower vehicles until we can balance that rate out to 96. Remember, we want our stone to add up for Lancaster and Akron. So the total stone we need to be moving is 63 plus 98. Okay. That totals out to 161. Okay. Also be aware that right now, since our stone line vehicles haven't been upgraded, we see that the stone line is slowing down our construction material line. So we also have to replace these vehicles so these vehicles can run at their full speed. So our new rate of stone is 92 plus 62, okay? Which is pretty close to what we need. So just about 8 more rate on the stone line to 71. Okay, and that'll do it. Just one more. We'll also increase our rate going to Lancaster. So it's taking 63. I do also want to straighten this road out. It's got a lot of curves in it. And I believe this first curve is a bit necessary. It's a steep little slope, so the curve helps decrease the steepness of the slope. And I think should be okay for the road anyway. And then we'll increase the Lancaster rate. This vehicle got lost a little bit. That's okay. Okay, that should be a decent enough convoy going to Lancaster, and we see it's only gonna I mean, it's gonna lose a bit of money, but luckily we have pretty good profit already in our roads. Okay, so we're going to take a few minutes. We're actually going to resume our date speed back to 1/4 and get those lines acclimated again and see where our profit is. So for me, this station is a little too trafficy. It's getting too backed up. So we're going to adjust the behavior of this station a little bit. And I think first we'll see what happens if we make our platforms a little bigger. Maybe give them just a little more space so that. And we'll check back in on our rates. So we have 96. Currently at 77. That's a bit slow. Okay, so we can get that up to 90-ish. Would be better. So I'm gonna let this run a little bit more. See if that traffic fixer is able to do us any good, and we'll be back. The good thing is we can see that we're making a good deal more of profit, so that's exciting news and very promising. Okay, so our traffic ended up fixing that rate pretty nicely, so it's up to 94, and our Lancaster is up to 62, and looks like we can go to 89 for Lancaster. Now that those are being where we need them to be, we're going to check our other lines and upgrade vehicles there. Okay, so we still need a rate. Remember, this is 2-to-1 for the crude, so double the 62 to 124, and that should be the rate of our crude. Manage the vehicles. So 124 is our target, so we'll replace those. These. Still not there to the target. Okay, got rid of about 4 vehicles, so that's 4 bus vehicles out on the road. But again, unfortunately, our tool factory went away, waiting for all of our money to accrue. So that's unfortunate. We'll also work to improve our food, and we should be achieving a rate of 176 here. Okay, so during that time lapse, we've seen Athens growing a bit. There's no negative effects currently on its population, and we've been seeing, development. See, residential buildings being improved and added. That one just went bye-bye, but that's okay. So our food demand is still, for that rate, should be around 180, and it's certainly below that. That's okay. All of the vehicles have upgraded 2 more kilometers per hour, so things should be moving a little quicker as that one goes along. And we have officially upgraded our vehicles, and it's officially time to get our money back up and find new lines. So this means we're going to pause the date simulation as we get money to make lines. Thank you for watching part 1 of episode 5. Part 2 of episode 5 is available right now, so make sure you watch that to finish out episode 5. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.